Hello, we're going to take a look at how to read files, and here we have a small task where we have to write a program that uses single synchronous file system operation to read a file and print the number of lines it contains to the console. Well, synchronous means things that happen once or one step at a time. Well, they don't happen all at once. There's another one called asynchronous, which means we can read more than one file at one time or at once. And let's take a look at this, okay? So we're going to create a quick dummy text file. And in this dummy text file, I'm going to type a bunch of things. Hi there, you are awesome. Come back again. Well, there's several ways to look at this file, and one such way is to use the less command, right? And that's what it returns to us. Another way is, I believe you can also do the more command as well. And another one is called the cat command, which usually works for Linux or some kind of variant of Linux. So I'm going to pull back our terminal and I'm going to type that command so that you see what it looks like. The command is as follows: cat followed by dummy.txt, then we pass in the pipe operation, wc, and slash l gives us the number of lines, /1 gives us, yeah. Right, so /l would give us the number of lines of text here, and you can see it's 1, 2, and 3. Well, it doesn't consider this last empty line or the new line. Okay, and how can we do this with Node? So before we write any code, let's jump right into Node console, and let's first of all require the library or the module. FS stands for file system, and if you do FS and just press enter, you'll see that there's a bunch of nice looking objects. Well, an object that's returned, whereby you can see the name of something followed by it's a function and that kind of thing. Well, this is gibberish to someone who hasn't looked at the API, so we'll be looking at most of these functions once in a while. So we have FS module that exists, and we're going to read the file. So we'll try typing read file, and our path will be dummy.txt, and right now so this one should ideally return a buffer, so let's save it up. Okay, so type of buffer, it's undefined, so apparently it's not seeing our text file. One slight thing with most of Node functions is we are supposed to run methods. So this read file method, we're supposed to kind of run it in or we run it together with a callback. So let's take a look at this. 1 second. So we type fs read file sync, then we'll put our dummy.txt file and function. Usually the first one stands for the error or R, followed by the data, and then we shall just log it for now. Let's log the data. slight research, I noticed that we forgot an argument in which is UTF-8, and there we are. So we have something like that. So let's carry on. So that in our case is some kind of buffer. So ideally, if buffers would only happen if we use a single read file. So let's try that very command. We'll get rid of the UTF-8. Then we'll also get rid of the sync, and you'll see what I mean. So that's a buffer. Now let's play a little bit with our code. Let's go over here and let's create a nice file called read.js, and in here we're going to put a bunch of code. This is our little piece of code where we first require the fs module, and then we read the file. Then we make sure that if an error is found, we just throw an error. This is what we call exception handling. Exception handling cases when there's an error, we just throw it in. Then we'll store this data attribute, data variable, into a buffer string. And because we saw this happening last time, we needed to convert our buffer to a string, and this is how we do it. So when we quit this and type node read.js, there we have it. Okay. However, this string, if we are to introspect to see what it looks like, it is separated by a backslash and an n. So we need to split it in order to count the number of items in there. So we'll split it into an array, and then we will count that array. So let's see, size. When we run this command, we get a bunch of undefined. Sorry, it's supposed to be a length property on that object. So we type that again, node read.js, we see 4 lines. However, you didn't need to know that sometimes our editors add an extra line. So what we can do is subtract that length by 1, and then we'll get the accurate number of lines. So let's adjust. This is another line. As I save, a 5th line is kind of introduced, so that sometimes pollutes our environment. So let's try it out. 4 lines. However, I could maybe use another editor like Vim to show you that there is no line that's added here. Okay, these are 1, 2, 3, and 4. But if we do not subtract 1, it kind of forces itself in there. So this is how we calculate the number of lines to the output as before. So we've written this command, wc-l is 4, and then when we run our read.js, we also get 4. Pretty neat, right?